couple different ways you can add the weaving, and I'm going to show you, okay? First, I'll show you this way. So this is the hair, okay? I have it like this. It's really tight because this is holding it, okay? You gotta know how to work with your fingers. I'm pulling apart, and I'm going to just feed it in there, okay? This is over here, and I got my 2 braids right here. So we're going to take it. Hold on, it's getting a little slippy. Take it, feed it in, bring it to the back or to the side. Now this is going to go with this, and then one of these pieces won't have a weave, like a piece of weave, as for right now. So you're just going to continue braiding. Even if it feels awkward, continue braiding. A lot of people always mess up because it feels awkward. Just continue braiding like normal, and that weave will just feed in by itself. Okay, we're going to pick up. Again, you see I'm squeezing my fingers open. I'm putting it in there. I'm going to braid again. Make sure I grab my pieces. I'm going to grab another piece. Again, just like this. Wait, can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see back here. Just like this. Shake it. Look, this is what I'm doing. Bam. And I'm going to feed it in there. Look, just like that. And even if it feels awkward, just keep braiding, because that braid is going to just feed itself in there, even if it feels awkward. A lot of y'all mess up when it comes to feeding and weave because it feels awkward. It feels like the piece of weave is slipping, so you're braiding different. As long as you keep your stitch tight and your fingers close together, you'll be good, okay? All right, I'm going to add it in again. I'm going to do it a little slower this time, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. And also, when you're feeding in, depending on the braid type, you don't always have to make sure your pieces get bigger, especially when you're at the beginning. We don't want this braid up here to be super bulky. You feel what I'm saying? So we want it to be like, you know, we want it to kind of grow. So start off small, medium, and get big. We don't want this to be big just like, what is that word called? We don't want it to be big immediately, so we're feeding in little pieces. And then when it comes to feeding in the different size pieces, if I know that I'm working with just this little bit of hair, there's no reason why I should be picking up a piece that's almost this big. Do you feel what I'm saying? Tell me if you feel what I'm saying. If we are doing braid, you see what size the part is. There's no reason why we should be picking up a piece this big. I'm going to give you another example. We're feeding in. This is pretty small, right? This is pretty small, but this is not going to do anything really. You know what I'm saying? So I can add this in. I cannot. It really wouldn't mess up the braid, but you just want to make sure it's all about filling. Like, it's all about filling. So this braid is getting bigger, so I'm going to get like a bigger piece. This might even be too big, but I'm going to just try anyway. So again, my fingers is like that. I'm going to pick it up, move this hair out the way so y'all can see. Hold on. Move it out the way so y'all can see. Okay. This piece is too big. I can feel it. All right. Thank you, Destiny, period. I know that's right, Destiny. Notebooks and pens out. Please and thank you. All right. Again, I'm going to feed it in, open my fingers up. Just like that. Bam. And it might feel awkward, but just close your eyes if you have to, and just ignore like you didn't feed that piece of weaving, because it does feel awkward. All right. And then you don't always have to continuously feed it in, feed it in, feed it in, feed it in, feed it in. Okay, that is not necessary. You just feel. As I'm braiding right now, the braid is like a pretty good size. I'm not going to add no more pieces in just yet until I feel. Oh, ignore that, because that is bad. You don't want to do this to anybody's hair. Well, y'all can't really see in the camera, but this is buffing up. Okay, so we're going to continue to braid. And that is one way you can feed in hair. In the next braid, I'm going to show you how I usually feed in the hair. And, yeah. So we're going to just continue to braid. Just like that. I'm going to do that method one more time. Okay. You're going to pick your piece up wherever it's at. Just like that. This is all I'm doing. This is all I'm doing. I'm doing this, and I'm using all my fingers to grab it. So if you don't know how to feed it in, again, I just pick it up like this. Wait, let me zoom out really quickly. If you don't know how to pick the weave up, this is all I'm doing. It's like this. It's just loose and hanging. All my other fingers are grabbing the hair, and I'm opening these two. Okay? So this is going to be able to get fed in there because this hair is not going nowhere because I'm holding it. If I wasn't holding it, I don't know how I would be able to feed in because it ain't, it's, hold it tight. Open your fingers up. Zoom in right there. Open your fingers up. This is what my hand looks like right now. Feed it in. Push it to the back. And just continue to braid like you didn't feed anything in. Again, if it feels awkward, that is normal. Just keep braiding. Just keep braiding like you didn't feed anything in. Any questions when you feed it in that way? And you just keep on braiding. See, is this easy or what? Is this easy or what, guys? This is pretty easy, y'all. You just keep your fingers tight together. Just like that. And then usually I will flip it. Bow, 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 bow. Y'all got that? Pretty easy, pretty good. Okay, we're going to do another one. I'm going to show y'all another way that you can feed in the hair. Okay? Move this out the way really quickly. All right. Thank you for the likes and the subs. I'm low-key. I'm telling you, Destiny, look, you might even get it with this way. This way might be better. Check out all the ways and then see which way is more comfortable for you and your fingers. I'm telling you, it's easy. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, okay? I'm going to part again. I'm not going to braid all the way down. I'm going to move her hair out the way. And I am using a rubber band right now to clip her hair up, but I would never really use a rubber band on a regular client's hair. So this is another way that you can feed in the hair. Feed in the weave into the cornrow, okay? Destiny said, I'm low-key getting it. I know that's right, Destiny. Boom. Jam right here. We're not playing with the jam. Slick, 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 slick. You don't want to play with the jam. You just want to do that thing. Slick, 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 slick. Just like that. Comb through. When you comb through, you're not combing back. You're not combing up. You're combing wherever that hair grows out at. Even right here. You see up here, I'm combing straight. This, I'm gonna do a little angle. I'm not just going to comb this straight. You see? I'm going to do a little angle like that. So you just comb wherever the hair grows out at. Hey, y'all, if you're new to my channel, I am a braider, and I'm just giving out free braid classes because why not? You know? Why not? Alrighty, I'm going to show you the second way how you can feed in some hair, okay? If you want to learn how to braid, this is for you. If you want to just watch and learn because it's satisfying, that's okay with me as well. You're going to get your little piece. If you was in yesterday's class, you would know. We're going to braid the air for a couple seconds. We're not going to pick up. We don't want to just go straight into it. Y'all like this angle? Also, let me know if I should change it. So, boom. We get our pieces. We're braiding the air. I'm braiding, but I'm not picking up. 1. Braiding, but not picking up. 2. Braiding, but not picking up. 3. I feel like it's time to pick up. I'm going to pull the hair. When I say pull, not pull, I'm just going to slowly lift it up. Hey, Pretty West. God bless you for giving these free classes. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm just going to pick up, and then I can pull it in. You see how I'm pulling it in and it's slowly going in my fingers? Okay, so I pick up, open my fingers, pulling. Hold on. Same on this side. I pick up and slowly just open my fingers and feed that hair in. All right. Before I add in this weave, let me just make sure everything's looking sweet. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Bam. This is the second way. How do you avoid slipping when feeding in the hair? How do you avoid slipping? Do you mean like your fingers slipping? Do you mean like the hair slipping? Do you mean like not keeping your stitch tight? I'm gonna show y'all the second way that I feed in. Let me know, Raquel. I got you. All right. Hold on. Tell me if y'all can still see me. Tell me if y'all can see me because the TV says that it's skipping. But I'm not sure. Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back. The hair. Thank you for sharing your skills. You're welcome, Annie. All right, Raquel, when's the best time to add gel? And yes, we can see. Good, good, good. So when you're doing gel, you first of all this is gelled up. You only really want to add gel if like things are frizzing up and you just want to, you know, add it to make sure it's slick. Raquel, I'm gonna answer your question. Just let me show you how to feed it in the second way. This is the way that I feed it in, and while I sit here and teach y'all on live how I feed it in, I kind of don't like it because sometimes the hair will get in my client's face. So pay attention. This is the second way you can feed it in. This is how I feed the hair in. So I'm going to put this whole, and sometimes this will get caught on my wristband. So you put it around the pinky. Bam. You see how the pinky's gripping? Y'all see before this was gripping. Let me move this here. Now the pinky's gripping. Bam. The pinky's gripping. I pull this and I just feed it in. I open my fingers. Let me zoom in so y'all can see. Hold on. So the pinky's holding it, and I just open my fingers and I stick it in, and then I'll just throw it down and I'll continue to braid. That is the way that I do, that's the way that I add in the hair. I've been adding the hair like that forever. So we're going to braid. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get my piece real quick. I'm going to zoom in for y'all. You see my pinky? Thank y'all for the subs. Thanks, guys. We're going to wrap it around the pinky. The pinky's holding it tight. The first one is easier. The first one might be easier, especially because when I do this, sometimes I'm like, look, I'm going to zoom the camera back some. I'll be like this when I'm braiding, and sometimes I'll go in my client's face. I'll be like this, and then I'll just put it in. So that's the second way. If the first way is too hard, then this is the second way. So again, we're going to wrap it around the pinky. The pinky's going to hold that tight. What do you do if the client's hair is thin or sensitive? If the client's hair is thin or sensitive, you can still do exactly what I'm doing, but you probably don't want to add as much hair because their hair is already thin. So you would just want to make sure, like, when you feel your pieces, when I say feel like this, I don't mean actually feel. I mean like the thickness of your pieces, you'll know how much hair to add in. So again, I'm going to throw it around my pinky. Hold on. Throw it around my pinky. Open up my finger, stick it in. Bam. And then just braid. Even if it feels awkward, just braid. And we can do a bigger braid after this too. And yes, when I do this way, I only throw it around this hand. So you'll never really see me throwing it around this hand. But when you feed it in the first way I just showed you, you can feed it in with both hands. So again, wrap around the pinky, put it all the way around town. What does SpongeBob say? All the way around town. Open that finger up, boop. Bring this one down, bam. And you just continue to braid, okay? Pick up as you go. Make sure you're pulling that hair. Like pulling it. You see I'm pulling it towards me and I'm pulling it up and it's just feeding itself in naturally. Okay? And that is how you add weave to a cornrow. And I think there's actually another way. How do you keep your feedings even on both sides of the head? So when you keep your, hold on, let me move this out the way. Should I say the goal or the method or to making sure when you say the feedings on both sides of the head, do you mean these braids or do you mean these pieces? Do you mean make sure these pieces are the same or make sure these parts are the same? Hey, Nancy. Which one, Raquel? Pieces or braids specifically? If braids, that has to do with parting. If pieces, okay, the parts, honestly, let me go over that real quick. Let me just pick this up. And the next braid is going to be way bigger than this, y'all. So when it comes to parting, I'll show you a quick way really quickly on how I part. I actually just had a client today. She had 8 straight backs, super neat, super T. My only struggle with cornrows is making sure the cornrows aren't too much on one side. So cornrows is hard, and I'm going to tell you why they're hard. Because it's hard to make all of these braids even on a round head. But once you get professional at it, then you can do it. Can you show how to do the cornrow with space in between the braids, like the space in between the third row? Wait. Can you show how to do the cornrow with space in between the braids? Like the space in between the third cornrow. 1, 2, 3. Wait, what you mean when you say that? I'm trying to reread it to make sure I'm on point. Can you show how to do the cornrow with space in between the braids? Break it down a little bit for me, Jessica. But before we do that, break it down, I'm going to tell y'all how to make sure y'all parts are even, because that's what you guys are asking. It looks like it's parted. Wait, I'm confused, Jessica. I'm trying to help, but I'm just kind of confused. She said, anybody can break down what Jessica's saying? Can you show how to do the cornrow with space in between the braids? But it's not. I'm gonna say, yeah, please, Jessica. I will get back to you immediately. So y'all's asking how to part. Even though this is parting 101, I will give y'all a quick one too. Anytime that I part, yeah, Jessica, send it to me. You can send it to me on IG, TikTok, whatever. Just let me know that this is Jessica. So anytime it's time to part for cornrows, okay, I'll tell y'all exactly what I do, and I'm going to tell y'all my method. So, boom. When it comes to cornrows, you want to make sure your braids is even. I remember, hopefully she's not up here, I did my mom's cornrows. I tried, y'all know the little straight, skinny, straight backs, real small. I tried to do that on my mom this one time, and her braids was all leaning to the side. Like, it was like side braids. It was not straight back. But I figure out how to do it. And if you do this method that I'm about to teach you, I can guarantee your parts are going to be straight every single time. And for this one, we're going to use Jacob really quickly because he doesn't have any braids in his hair. All right. So the first thing, when you are doing straight backs, usually I like to do even number straight backs. I don't really like to do 7 or 9 or 3. I recently had a client ask me to do 5. I did do 5. They were cute, whatever. But I really like to do even, okay? Yeah, Jacob do got inches. Yes, we got Jacob, and I forgot the other two's name. But okay, so say my client wanted 6 straight backs or 8 straight backs, because we're doing even numbers, 10 straight backs, 12 straight backs. I'm able to do 15 is 30 is not even, but you can do 15 and 15 on one side. So the first thing I would do is, I don't care how many straight backs, as long as it's an even number, I will part a part in the middle of the client's head. This really should be in part in 101, but since y'all want to know, I'll tell y'all. So the first thing I'll do is I'll part the client's hair right in the middle, because even if you know that there's a part in the middle, you know it's going to have to be bound and guaranteed to be even on this side and even on this side. Sometimes the part is not always neat, but I will come back to it and I'll tell you why. So, and then another thing, y'all will see me usually pulling the hair. This is Jacob's hair. I will pull his hair. And then I'm going to actually get my camera so I can show y'all. And I'll do this to my client's hair. I'll look up. I'll follow down. And right now, I can see this part is slanted to the side. Let me show y'all so y'all can see. When I'm teaching, I really want y'all to understand, like, what I'm saying so you can get it, okay? So, again, I'll look at my client's hair. Yes, you can, Annie. Do it on Instagram. So I'll take my client's hair, I'll part it in the middle. This is how you can tell if your part is even or not. And sometimes, even though I've been doing hair for years, sometimes it takes me a long time to still get a middle part. So once I grab all the hair, I'm able to see. Hold on, let me actually take him off the mannequin real quick. The stand real quick. Okay. So look up and down. You can see that part is slanted to this side, okay? It's way on that side. So in a situation like this, hold on, I need to get my comb. And again, this is what I would do when I want to part for cornrows. And my cornrows, I want them to be even on both sides. Hold on, there's hair stuck on my comb, trying to embarrass me on live. Like, come on, guys. Okay. Oh my goodness, are you serious right now? Oh my goodness, this is gonna make me cuss up a storm, man. Okay. Boom. So you see, like that. Hold on. You see the front of his head. When I pull the hair over, you can see in certain areas it's slanted. All of this right here is going that way. So I'll just take my comb. It's kind of hard to do this, and I'm just like holding the mannequin up in the air. Okay, let's see if I fix that part. All right, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna grab all his hair, just like that. Okay, y'all see how it got straighter? You can't tell me you don't see that. Now, in this section, but that's in part 101. I'm not gonna get straight into that. I'm gonna just tell y'all what I do when it comes to parting. That's in part 101. See, I'm giving out the sauce. You see how that little part, and I was parting in the air, made a huge difference. Okay, so when somebody's wanting straight backs and we want them to be even on all sides, what I would do is I'll make a part in the middle of my client's hair. I'll try to make it as neat as possible. So now we know for sure it's going to be even on both sides. I can't do a part over here and make sure there's 10 over here and 10 braids over here. I can't do a part right here and make sure there's 10 and 10. I can't do a part over here and make sure there's 6 and 6. But when you part that joint in the middle, you can make it even, okay? So once the part is straight, put the side in a ponytail. What's your technique for prepping the hair before starting cornrows to save time? I don't have to prep the hair because of this little thing that I got. All I got to do is pick up, whether it's knotless, pick up and pull in. Whether it's knotless, whether it's feed-ins, I don't have to do that because of this thing. They have them on Amazon too. But when I was younger doing hair, I used to prep the hair on a chair like this. I showed this at the beginning of the class though. So if you don't have one of these, if your mom is not trying to buy you whatever, you can still make it work. Get you a chair and prep that hair up. So boom. Once their hair is parted in the middle, this is in part 101. Like I just keep saying it. I think this is good enough. I think I gave y'all enough about parting today. But anyways, once it's parted in the middle, it's all about really looking at the hair size. Like, I know that I'm working with this much. And then you ask yourself, okay, you can even, like, part this into 2 sections, but I usually don't do that. For example, if this client wanted 6 braids, you have to make sure you can part for 1, 2, 3. You want all of them to be even. If this client was getting 6 braids, the first part should better not be this big. This is way too small. You want them even on both sides. So you know you're working with like something about like right here and then something about like right here. Okay? So that's when that is what we do when it's time to part for straight backs. But that's in part 101. I can't give y'all all the sauce because when part 101 come, I won't be able to teach y'all nothing. Any questions about feet and in the hair though? Let me know. We're going to do a bigger part. So, like, if this client wanted, like, 8 straight backs. Like, I did 8 straight backs today. Super cute. I wish I can show y'all. Okay, we're going to make this one a little bit bigger. We're adding in the weave. Okay? Adding in the weave. Do y'all have any questions? Thanks for the likes, guys, and thanks for the subs. I go live every Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30 teaching you how to do hair. Who's fine, this mannequin or me? Any questions when it comes to feet and in the hair? Hello, Scarlett. All right, we're going to do it again. And this time, I'm going to be doing both methods. If you need me to slow it down, if you need me to change the angle, please let me know. I cannot slow it down, zoom in, change the angle if you guys don't let me know. Like, let me know what you guys want to see, etc., etc. Okay? How do you correct a braid? Wait, how do you correct a braid if the feeding start looking even halfway through? If the feeding is looking uneven, that means that this is the issue with that. I'm about to show you. So when you start off with your 3, this is your foundation. Make sure that you're starting off like correctly. And when I say correctly, I really just mean like how can I explain it? I really just mean make sure all of these pieces are even, okay? I'm gonna take some of that off. And move it to the side. Okay. Bow. Okay. So when you do this part, who's that, Raquel? When you do this part, make sure these is even. If you're braiding and it starts to get uneven, that's because you need to add, that's because you're probably not picking up, or it don't even have to be you're not picking up. You just have to add hair to fix it. And I'm gonna try to make it happen in this one so I can show you exactly what I mean. But if it starts getting uneven, that's where filling comes in. We know how to fill. We know this is like not a small part. We know this is a small tiny part, right? Right? We know this part is a little bit on the bigger side. We know this part is a little bit on the smaller side. So it's all about filling. So we're going to comb through. When y'all comb through, make sure you start from the ends and work your way up. Jam, jam, jam. We're not playing with the jam. We're just flicking up. Other side. Again, when it's time to comb, you're combing exactly where the hair grows out. I'm not combing backwards, no, because look, no. We want to pick up that hair exactly where it's at for the perfect braid. Comb that way, comb that way. I'm going to do both methods when you feed in the hair. Tell me if this angle is wonderful. All right, I'm going to make it a little higher for y'all. All right. This good angle? Let me know if this is good, because if not, I do not know. Is this angle pretty good? And then look, y'all see how her hairline is like curving? When you, hold on, let me get some clips real quick. Let me know, is this angle good? Yes, okay, thank you, Raquel. All right, we're going to just clip this out the way. In a situation like this, I would want my start off to be like this. Hold on, coming down. You see? You see how it's round? Bam. Instead of doing like a one of these. You see how this one looks more so like a triangle? And then obviously when I do my 3 pieces, something's going to be bigger than the other because this is a triangle. Not only is it a triangle, but it just looks like a big old piece. Right. So in this situation, I would follow the hairline. Make sure it's still even. It's still a straight line. And we're just going up against the hairline. Okay. So boom. When you are feeding in, feel, okay? This is where feel comes in at. Your 5 senses, you know how you can see, you can smell, you can touch, whatever the rest is, feel. This is all about feeling, okay? So we're going to get our pieces. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to braid the air, but I'm not going to pick up. Make sure my fingers are close. We're learning how to add weave into the cornrow, okay? I'm picking up. Bam, picking up, bam. I'm going to braid one more time and then I'm going to pick up, but I haven't picked anything up yet. I'm going to pull the hair out. I'll use my pinky. Y'all see that? To use my pinky to go up. If I don't use my pinky, sometimes I'll use this finger, depending on. So hold on, I can't see. Oh, about to fall. All right, you see how I just picked that up? Same over here. I'll pick up. Wait, I don't like that. Y'all can't see. Hold on. Y'all see this? Okay, yeah, if I stand back. Okay. Picking up. Just like that. Pulling. All right. Using my fingers. And then I feel. Look, now, where's Raquel at? Raquel, this piece right here is so skinny. These pieces are so thick. So as long as I braid real quick, I'm going to make sure that I add some weave into that piece because it was super skinny. So now I have that piece in my hand. I don't want the braids to look uneven, so I'm going to add some weave. Of course, I'm feeding in, but I'm going to add some weave specifically right now because the piece feels super skinny. I'm almost lost on how much hair I'm picking up. When you pick up the hair, hold on, let me feed this in really quickly. I'm going to feed it in that way. All right. When you are picking up the hair, again, let me explain it again really quickly. Hold on. Oh, look. And sometimes this will happen. To be honest, I don't know how this happened, but I did not grip that piece, I think. Yeah, you see, I didn't grip it. Nope, I did not grip it. So I'll just take that out. Sometimes that do happen. I don't know why. I'm going to do again. Hold on. Let me get my piece. I'm going to throw this one around. See, I like this. It's just like easy for me. Okay, so when you are picking up the hair, guys, make sure y'all paying attention. Make sure y'all listening. Thanks for the subs and thanks for the likes because I can see it on my TV. When we are feeding in a braid, okay? Let me change the angle. She said, I'm lost on where to pick up the hair. When we are picking up the hair, again, when you pick up the hair, look at what I'm working with. First of all, I'm at the beginning of the braid. The part is but so big. And we also want this braid to look like, you know, start small and maybe get a little bigger. We don't want this to get big and bulky and continue big and bulky. We want it to basically stay the same, you know, size throughout and maybe a little bigger. So with that being said, this piece is huge. Look at it. Look how much hair this is. This is way too huge. If I'm still at the beginning, I'm not going to add a huge jumbo piece, okay? That's not happening. All right, let me show you another piece. Look at this piece. This is the opposite of huge. Look how much hair I'm working with. This is not going to do much. Like, yeah, I'm going to feed it in. It might give it a little. When I say little, you know this T when you see them two fingers touching. Little. This is not really going to do too much. So in that case, you might want to add a little more hair. Okay? Hold on. This is how you make sure your pieces are the same size. This piece is not too small. It's not too big. I don't think that it's going to overload this braid. When I say overload, I mean like once I add this piece in, I don't think that you're going to be able to tell like, dang, like you added a big piece in. You don't want to be able to tell when you add the weave in. It's just supposed to look fluent, if that's the word, okay? So this is going to do something, but it's not going to overload it. This little piece that I picked up before, hold on. Let me show y'all again. This ain't going to do shit. Excuse my language, but this ain't going to do shit to this braid. It ain't going to benefit it. It ain't going to not help it. It's going to do nothing. Okay? This piece is going to mess this braid up. It's way too big. It's way too huge. Like, it's just going to mess it up. It's going to overly load it. But when we're working with a piece like something like this, okay, it's not going to overly load it, and it's also going to help the braid out, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. And we're going to continue to braid. Pick up. When you pick up, you're pulling the hair. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. You can even use your two fingers to pinch it. You see how I'm pinching it? Hold on. I want y'all to see my fingers because I don't want it to be confusing. Yes, that makes perfect sense. There we go. As long as it makes perfect sense. That's amazing. Okay, so you see this? I could just pick it up and feed it in like that. I can pull it. I can use my pinky. This is when y'all see them people using them things on their rings, on their ring finger. And I can pick it up and feed it in like that. What else are you guys struggling with when it comes to feeding in the hair that you are not understanding that I can help you with? Okay? We're going to throw this around. As we continue down the braid and we use our pinky to add the hair, the braid, is it just... Wait, let me... She said I confused myself with even writing this question. You good, girl? That's exactly what I'm here for. Let me finish this braid really quickly. Okay? She said... Hold on. Let me reread it to make sure I'm understanding. You see how the braid is getting a little fatter? It's not staying skinny. You don't want this braid to stay skinny, and you don't want it to be super big either. She said as we continue down the braid and we use our pinky to add the hair, so you must be talking about the wraparound method, to, wait, you add the hair, is it just from the side or like the whole section of hair? Okay, so you're basically saying, are we just, are you asking, are we just adding it in on one side or we're adding it in on all pieces? Like, are we just adding in on one side, one side, one side? Or are we making sure this piece get hair, this piece get hair, that piece get hair? There's only 3 pieces right here. These two look like one, but it's actually 2. Look, I'm gonna open my finger real quick. What are some common mistakes braiders make with feed-ins? Hold on. What are some common mistakes braiders make with feed-ins that affect the final look or longevity of the hairstyle? Number 1 would be The client's fault, and that was in the first class, that would be the client's fault coming with product in their hair. So for example, if this client had a lot of oil in her hair and I greased her, and I gelled her up and I braided her hair, she will have a lot of white spots in her hair. And sometimes you're able to get it out if you like maybe spray it with water, maybe spray it with mousse, but that will just affect the hair because it's just like a lot of white stuff and puffiness, if that makes sense. And then I'm trying to think of what else are some common mistakes. Really just not stitching. Like, you see this right here. This is the client's hair. Let me point. All of this should be slicked down, okay? If you're not gripping this, when your client leave in the next 1 to 2 days, this is going to start puffing up. And if you're somebody like me who's charging about $200 for braids, you don't want your client to not be satisfied. So you really want to make sure you're slipping and gripping, okay? Because if not, this is going to look old. She just got her hair done. It's going to look old in the next 2 days, if that makes sense. Oh, I think I just saw the answer to my question. Pre-feeding hair. I'm talking about the very beginning of the braid. Hey, girl. Hey, Jessica. Did somebody answer it? I'm trying to read that name. Yesy Naya. Did somebody answer it? If not, let me know. I can still help you. Again, I'm picking up. I'm feeding. I'm pulling. Picking up. Feeding. Pulling. I can feel, that's why I'm telling y'all this, I can feel that this is getting skinny. When I say skinny, it's just feeling like I need to add some more hair. I can feel it. When you're braiding, you'll be able to feel. I'm putting that in. This piece it looks small, but it's going to do something, but it ain't going to do too much, okay? We want the pieces to do something. We're not just adding in hair for fun, you know? So, y'all see how the braid is getting bigger when I braid down? And when you're braiding, you also want to curve. If you're doing feed-ins or straight backs, make sure you're curving your hands. And just like that. And then eventually, I'll end up twisting my fingers and doing this if I was to braid all the way down to the nape. I think watching you is helping answer my question. It's fine. My name is complicated. Thanks, parents. Oh, thanks. Wait, so is this a little girl up here who's watching and her parents is watching too? Oh my God. Hello, parents. Yes, ask any questions. And since we got a lot of people up here because for the past, I think I'm on class 3. All of these classes are free. I'm on class 3. A lot of people don't know about it because I did promote it late. I did a Braid Academy last year from February 4th to March something. I'm not sure. I gave away a free braid kit. It came with 2 ring lights, a blow jar, a mannequin. I'm doing the same thing this year, but I'm just going to do 2 students instead of 1. Okay. We just braid down. Braid down. And a real quick intervention because I'm actually shocked how many people's up here. Real quick, guys. If y'all have any questions, let me know, please, and thank you. Let me know. We have about 15 more minutes left. So whatever y'all need help with, ask it. But since a lot of y'all is new up here, I'm going to show y'all my hair page. Like, you're learning from the best right now, no shade. Like, you're literally learning from the best. Free game, no shade. This is my hair page, 1K Styles. I'm very, very dedicated to it. 1K Styles is right here, tattooed on me. Blow dryer, comb, brush right here. This is my work. I'll show y'all some of my work really quickly. This is just a quick intervention because we got a couple people up here like, hello. So this is my work. This is my work. This is my work. We have some knotless. We have Alicia Keys braids. I'm going to show y'all a couple more. We have some regular straight backs with some designs. You're learning from the best now. That's what I say. X. Okay, let me show y'all. Let me hit y'all with something real quick. Here's just some natural Fulani braids with her natural hair. Let me hit y'all with something really quickly. Here's a braided mohawk that I would probably never do again in my life. Y'all are literally learning from the best. Hey, I am located in Pittsburgh, PA. I am like 8 minutes or 10 minutes away from downtown. Here's some beautiful knotless boho braids. Square parts everywhere. We got this one being part in 101 if you want to learn. Here's a viral hairstyle that actually went viral. So many people was stealing my work. And I'm like, Y'all couldn't tag me or nothing? Okay. And this is the last hairstyle I'm going to show. This is another braided mohawk. So when I say ask questions, please ask. You're literally learning from the best, all for free. Here's another viral hairstyle. If you ever seen this braided ponytail, yes, that was me who did it. So when I say ask those questions, y'all, ask them questions. Yep, if you ever seen that, that was me. What do you recommend for a first time? What do you recommend for a first time 11-year-old who wants to braid, maybe box braid but has mixed hair? Do you mean style wise? Like what hairstyle would you recommend? Honestly, box braids are super old. I don't see anybody rocking box braids anymore. But a lot of people, oh, why would you never do a braided mohawk again? Because it takes me 8 to 9 hours, and that's just so long. And the only way I'll do it if somebody's willing to pay me how much I want, which is probably going to be $700 to $800. It just takes super long. People don't understand that braids take super long, like super long. Nails don't take as long as braids. Wigs don't take as long as braids. Waxing don't take as long as braids. Facials don't take as long as braids. Even hair coloring. Hair coloring takes long, and I know people be getting their money when it comes to hair coloring if you really know what you're doing. Braids take long. I'm standing up and I'm braiding for hours. Like when I touch 8-9 hours, I need a nice ticket. Someone said knotless. Someone said they would. Yes, they would. They would hold. Listen, people do not know how to do hair for real. They will hold if the hairstylists know what they're doing. Even if her hair is fine and soft and thin, she can still get knotless. She would just, the stylist would just have to know what they're doing. Box braids, if her hair is on a finer and thin side, box braids is going to be way heavier, because this is the thing. Let me show y'all a difference too, because I always have, you know, I always have clients who really don't know about braids asking for box braids, and I'm like, you don't want box braids. Let me show y'all what box braids are real quick. These are box braids. Even though you just hear a box and you're thinking of a part, box braids is not based on parts. It's based on a ball at the beginning. Hold on. They don't even have... This is box braids. You see how she has a ball at the beginning of her hair? That's a box braid. Let me show you another box braid. These are box braids with the ball at the top. She should get knotless. I'm going to show you one more box braid. That's when you used to see people have all them balls right here. Yes, these are box braids. Box braids. I'm going to show you what knotless are. It's no knot. You see how this is a knot at the top? So I'm going to show you knotless braids. Okay? No, that looks like box braids a little bit. Knotless braids. There's no knot. It starts off with the natural hair. I'm going to show you another one. Knotless braids. Box braids are old. I really don't see people getting box braids, but a lot of people say, like, I want box braids. Look, I can tell this girl's hair is fine. Knotless, okay? Thank you. So there's a difference between knotless and box braids. Is there any more questions? Let me know. Ask everything. I'm up here every single Wednesday and Thursday from 6:30. I'll tell y'all the other classes we have going. And if y'all want to keep up with me, y'all can follow me on all social media. And yes, beautiful, thank you. Of course, Melissa, just do your research on the hairstylist. Your daughter can get any hairstyle she wants, any. Unless, like, it's like bald spots and like can't grip up, she can get almost any hairstyle. It might need modified or adjusted a little bit, but most likely she can get any hairstyle. My sign is a Scorpio. Bow, 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 bow. I'm a Scorpio and I'm 22 years old. Yep, that's me. And my birthday's on November 1st. And my name is Aniya. So I'm actually A1 in real life. Like, I'm literally A1. Aniya, November 1st, Scorpio. I love the way you... Yes, I have to, because this is the thing. I am not the smartest fish in the sea. So when people explain stuff to me, sometimes I want to tell them, can you explain this like you're explaining to a kindergarten, because I don't understand it. That's why I'm not using like big fancy words and things like that. I also do content. What you see is what you get. Yes, thank you. Who's that? Wandra. Yes, Wandra. Yes, what you see is what you get. So I just try to explain like how I would want somebody to explain to me, like break it down. Like, I need to know, why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? What happens when you do this? Why should I do it this way? So yeah, Libra decoration. What? You talk about this? There's a Leo. Who's a Leo in here? There's a Leo, okay. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. Is there any Scorpios in here? This is my hair page. Again, though, if you guys want to check me out, 1K Styles, 1K.Styles _ a Capricorn. I want to learn. I want to know though. Sorry, I'm all over the place. That's me. I don't know big words and I don't know. Yeah, like can somebody break it down? That's why I like that book. Y'all know them books that be like something for dummies. I like those books. Okay, I'm vibing with the chat. See, y'all, this is the thing though. When I did this class last year, it was just amazing. I was on point. I thought about the free online Braid Academy last year. I had time to plan it, all of that. This year, it was like kind of rushed, so a lot of people don't know about it. But today is the first day we had like almost 100 people in here. So I'm so happy. Like, y'all don't even know. I woke up this morning, not this morning, but it was like around 5:30. My hair wasn't washed. I have 2 new cats. I didn't even feed them yet. Like, I didn't feed them yet, but I'm going to feed them when I go home. And I'm just like, this Braid Academy, man. Like, But now today just really made me like, yeah, it's time to keep going. So before I end it, because this is usually over at 7:30ish, 7:45, is there any other questions? Let me know. I'm not rushing y'all. I just ready to work. I'm ready to work. So is there any other questions, comments, concerns that y'all need help with? Thanks for the subs and thanks for the likes. I can see everything on my TV. Thank y'all. Big Libra energy. I see that. If you have any questions, let me know. I can help you when it comes to braiding. I know a lot of people want to learn how to braid on their self. I don't know if I can do a class on that because I don't even braid my own hair. I cannot do it. I can do it, but it just takes a lot. All right, I guess I'll do another braid. I love your vibe, little queen. Keep it going for you and be safe because these people crazy. Are you? Thank you. And yes, I am on TikTok. Actually, let me show y'all my promo video for this really quickly. Because, again, a lot of people didn't see it, but it's pinned on my page. My TikTok is the same as my YouTube. Everything is Aniya.LaRaye. So, even if you go on Google and search Aniya.LaRaye, everything will pop up. My TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook, everything. Ace Energy Goddess. Thank you. Hello. Let me show y'all the, I'm going to show y'all just because we got time. This was the promo video that I made for the online Braid Academy. Wait, let me,
my dreams go to waste.
Hold on.
When you really think about it, the average human has another day letting my dreams go to waste. When you really think about it, the average human has 6,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. That's a lot of thoughts. I've had a bright idea on my mind for a while now, but for some odd reason, I haven't acted upon it yet. Just doom scrolling and not focused on the main goal. Being online, seeing other people could sometimes make you wonder, hey, when is it going to be my turn? Sometimes it's easy to get carried away with reality because these fuck-ass phones. But you know what? I'm tired. I'm actually fed up with myself. At some point, you get tired of waiting for the perfect time and realize the only thing missing was your decision. Did y'all miss it? If you don't know me, now you do. I'm the CEO of 1K Styles, and I'm coming to you with part 2 of the free online Braid Academy. These live streams will be hosted on Wednesdays and Thursdays only, and on Fridays, we'll have something special. If you was in part 1, part 2 is back, and it's even better. These classes will be starting from 6:30 to 7:45. You have 15 minutes to enter the chat. If not, you missed it. This braid class is 100% free to everyone. No age restriction. This is for anybody that's struggling to braid, struggling to grip, just struggling in general. If you're someone who wants to level up your braid game, this is the class for you. You're going to want to make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. To sign up for this free online Braid Academy, you're going to want to make sure you click the link in my bio, fill out the Google Doc form.
But yeah, that was it. So yes, let me say, you remind me of a girl named Stephane. Why did I remind you of Stephane? What does Stephane do? Alright, I think that's everything when it comes to braiding. Unless y'all want me to do one more. I could do one more braid and I can show how to feed in both ways and I can get a good angle, a good zoom up. Do y'all want that? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, and tomorrow. Not tomorrow. This is next week. Let me see what next week classes are about. Nice, my sister. Thank you, Wandra. Thank you so much, because this is just like a sign for me. Like, y'all don't know. I was literally on my way driving like, the Braid Academy. Now I feel like, hey, the Braid Academy. Oh, we got Wandra, we got Melissa. Hey. Okay. So before I do the second braid, March 4th, we went over why your braids aren't braiding. So if y'all don't know, if you're wondering why your braids are messed up, go check that out. March 5th, I showed everything that was in my salon station, like literally everything that I use. Yesterday was how to braid a cornrow. Today is how to add weave to a cornrow. And then on the 18th is overhand versus underhand. And then March 19th is how to perfect your knotless braid. So if you're an underhand braider, it will be for you. If you're looking forward to perfecting your knotless braid, this class will be for you. So we're going to do this again one more time for a one time. Okay. Here we go. Yes, braiding is a lot of patience, period. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But why braiders always getting cussed out for charging too much? We should be the ones that's charging the most. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Oh, sorry, the angle. Braiders should be the ones that's charging the arm and the leg, especially if you're braiding for hours plus. Amen. And OG that had pretend to be a principal or training me to learn how to be a teacher. She was saying, but I know her also than their parents. Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to do one more braid. If you have any questions while I'm braiding, please ask it. This is your chance to figure out why or how you can perfect, not why you can perfect, but this is just a way that you can better your craft when it comes to adding and weave. All right, we're going to do one more. I'm going to do this one a little bit on a bigger side, okay? So we're going to part. Part just like that. You're going to check your part. To check your part, you just do this. And you can see how much you're working with. Oh, this one is big. So this one is going to be good. This is going to be the last one. I'm going to feed it in both ways. Okay. And you're going to part back. Dreading client work is too. Oh, yeah. You're talking about lock repair? Absolutely. If you're talking about like locks and stuff. 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hair. Anything when it comes to hair is just like, we should get a little bit more respect. Oh, you charging too much. Girl, I'm braiding your hair for 9 hours. How much do you think I should charge? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hello, clock it. All right. So we're going to do this again. I'm going to try to get a nice angle for y'all. Thank y'all for the subs. I'm going to zoom in. Everything is free. What I'm teaching y'all, there's people out here charging thousands of dollars for it. You don't need to pay thousands when I'm here. So again, when you're working, when you're doing your client's hair or even your own hair or whenever you're practicing, always work your way from the ends up because this hurts. This right here hurts, okay? You want to work your way from the ends up. Hold on. And then eventually that comb will just slide on through. Hold on. And you always want to make sure the hair is combed out so while you're braiding, you don't run into as much knots and things like that. Girl, sometimes it's the size of the head that, yeah, that is true. 100%. You ever do somebody's knotless in the back of the nape? You had 7 braids. I'll never forget it. This girl, I put 7. Wait, I actually love this. It's so satisfying. Thank you, Bailey. I did this girl's knotless braids. Girl, we had 7 rows in the back. And I think she was getting like medium or medium. Again, when you're gelling, you're not playing with the gel. You're just slicking it up. This is just so your braids can be more sleek and even last longer with the gel. You want to think of this as like glue. You like gluing your braids together. Yes, sister. Okay. Again, when you're combing, you're going to comb exactly where the hair grows out. I'm not combing back or nothing like that. I'm not combing back. I'm not combing to the front. I'm combing exactly where the hair grows out at on each side. Okay? I don't know who this is, but I'm going to have to unfortunately block them. Anybody gets blocked who's just like talking about things that have nothing to do with this. Sorry. All right. Boom. You take your piece. I'm going to show y'all how to feed in. And again, I am going to not do like this, but I'm going to go around the hairline, or like right in front of the hairline, if that makes sense. So you see how that's still even like that versus doing this? Okay. No, not you, Bailey. I wasn't talking about you, Bailey. I'm talking about the girl who's talking about all this demon town talk. I don't know what she's talking about. All right. You get your 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. You might want to go to how to do cornrow if you don't know what I'm talking about. We're just braiding the air. I'm not picking up. I'm just braiding the air. I'm not picking up. I'm just braiding the air. I'm not picking up. I'm just braiding the hair. Now it's time to pick up. Hold on. Hold on. I need my fingers so y'all can see what's going on. All right. Nope. I don't like that angle. Here. I might have to stand like this real quick. Hold on. Let me see if this is a good angle. Okay. This is good. Okay. I got it, Bailey. Got it. All right. So when you get this hair, 3 different ways you can do it. You can use your pointer finger to pull the hair in. You can use these 2 fingers to pull the hair in, or you can use your pinky to pull the hair in. Practice with all 3 different ways, I would say, and see which one feels better for you. So now I'm going to finally pick up. Just like that. Pick up. I'm not going to add no weave in yet. I don't feel like it's necessary just yet. Pick up. Pick up. I'm using my 2 fingers. I'm pinching. I'm pulling in. I'm braiding. Again. And again. Alright, the first way you can add in some weave. You get the hair. Just like this. Pull it. And you just stick it up in there. It's like a hook. Imagine this finger is a hook, and you're hooking that hair underneath it. So I just hook it underneath and throw it back. Throw it back like you at the club. And then you just keep braiding. Hold on. I don't know what this angle looks like. Okay. Same thing. Pick the hair up. Braid. Throw it back. Pick the hair up. Braid. Throw it back. And then I'll also have some people asking, like, when should we add in the hair? Again, it's all about feeding in. You don't have to add the hair in every single time. Braid, edit, and braid, edit, and braid, edit, and braid. Just whatever feels right. Like, that's the best way that I can explain it. And then you'll also have some people asking, oh, when you do a knotless, I can't wait to talk about this. When you do a knotless, how many pieces are you adding? Girl, I can add 20 pieces to this knotless. I can add 30 pieces in this one. I can add 15 pieces to this one, and they'll all still come out the exact same because it's all about filling, okay? And you throw it in there. Now I'm going to do the pinky version. Hold on. All right. Again. Pick up, pull. Uh-oh, I left a piece out. Now we're going to get our hair. Uh-oh. Too big. Get our weave. See? Throw it around. You can either throw it around the front like that. You see how I grip that? Hold on, let me zoom out real quick. So you can either throw it like that and catch it with the pinky, or you can go all the way around and pull with the pinky. That makes sense? Then when you pull, you go all the way around, lift up and put in. And you just braid back. Any questions while I am finishing up this braid, please let me know. And if not, I will see y'all this next Wednesday that's coming up. Underhand versus overhand. If you're an underhand braider and you want to be under overhand, just let me know. We could talk about it. We could chat about it. We could fix it. Okay. If there's any questions, please let me know. Look at that braid. It's real juicy. Very good. Okay. Okay. And then again, you see this is like a little frizzy. I'm just going to take a little bit of gel and just, put it back so everything can be slit. Not too much, not too little. Use your two pointer fingers and you pick up and pull in. I've been picking up and pulling in. So I pick up, pull in, bam, again, bam. And you just do all the way down. I'm going to do the throw around the pinky method really quickly. Hold on, that was too big. Take it. You can either throw it around, lock that pinky, and then feed it in. Or you can, wait, it was throw it around, or in front, and lock it in. Open those up and just put it in. Bam. Just like that. Okay. And that is how you add weave to a cornrow. I showed you 2 different ways to do it. I told you what to do, what not to do. And you just continue to braid that bad boy back. All righty.